Kobe averaging 25 points per game in his last 7 as Rose explodes to the goal.
Any of these three are star players. I think they're players that are going to play in the NBA a long time. Very, very good. None of them are going to be number 1 or number 2 option guys.
But boy, you would hope, though, by drafting a guy number 2 overall, that he would be a star. 15 points, 11 rebounds, and close to 2 blocks in his 15th NBA season.
And that's where you'll see him a lot in Chicago as
2-point lead.
No, the numbers are just, they're dreadful. I mean, low 5.
Trying to do his thing, but at the same time, not trying to hinder the growth of the young guys. It says it hasn't been an issue.
No, Russell's come along, played better each month, has the most assists on the team, the most steals on the team.
Boy, it looked like Julius Randle has really come on of late. Missed all of last year, suffered a broken leg in opening. Kobe Bryant comes into this game with 33,268 career points. If he were to decide not to retire, play another season, he could catch Karl Malone, number 2 all-time on the scoring list, as Randle flipped on the floor. 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Great spin by Gibson. Throw down.
Low post action. Get some easy baskets around the rim for a team that doesn't shoot it well from the perimeter.
Kobe Bryant on the bench now. Nick Young in the game. Russell running the point. Lou Williams out there as well. Russell goes to his right hand and scoops it up.
Toronto, 13 of 17. Hadn't even had a 20-point game in his career, and he just decided to go for 30.
Meanwhile, Gasol with 10 here early on. 4-point lead for Chicago. Randle.
Good job by Portis, and then let him off the hook. Randle with a beautiful move to get an easy one.
Here's Portis from outside. Lead for Chicago. The Bulls 2 games above 500. Battling for a playoff spot as Gasol breaks up that lob attempt to Bass. Russell, nice move on Aaron Brooks. Shoe right now.
He's got the sock on. That gets difficult. You get a little slippery.
I don't know if the shoe broke. It came off.
No, it just came off.
Well, he tried to put it back on, and then he said, forget it. He's got 1 shoe right now. Brooks with 6 on the timer. McDermott, a deep 3. It's good!
I thought the 2 young guys played terrific. Russell and Randle, 16 points combined, as you mentioned. And as far as the defense, 8 fast break points for Chicago, a team that doesn't run very often, and 9 for 9 from the line. Therefore, the 31.
Terrific. Had 6 points, a couple rebounds, very explosive. Clarkson, great inbound pass. They're not being in the lineup. And you wonder, I mean, they were losing games when they were on the floor together. What seems to be missing? And that should be one of the best backcourts in the league, right? Is Dunleavy.
I just think it's maybe some familiarity. I mean, they haven't played a ton together. And look, Jimmy Butler, he's kind of exploded on the scene offensively. We know he was a great defensive player, logged a lot of minutes under Tom Thibodeau's cousin. He was very successful in Iowa State. He's a very bright basketball mind, but it's a different feel for this Bulls team.
Randle on the attack.
Wow.
Gets the bounce and a foul. Julius Randle.
And why not play him at this point? You have 11 victories. Get him out there.
Dunleavy.
Play a little bit of defense because neither has played any to this point.
Gasol peeling out Bass, goes to the left. Sweet move.
It's the thing to Jordan that I'd ever seen.
And why was that? What stood out about him? Because so many is the 3 good.
Yeah, not even just the physical traits, just mentally and how much he competed. That year, he played behind Eddie Jones, who was a terrific 2-guard in this league. Every day in practice was like a game 7. Is obviously the Eric Jordan look.
Right.
Kobe's will be what, a fadeaway jumper? You think? What do you think he'll get?
His game is so similar to Michael in the way that
it really is.
His offensive game. That shot right there.
Played in the post. A lot of those shots that we just saw Kobe Bryant knock down was what Michael Jordan did in his final season.
And Kobe's best game against Jordan came when Jordan was a member of the Wizards and Bryant had 55 points against Washington. Here's Bryant again, fading away, hitting again.
Nobody likes to go through a season like this, regardless if you're in your 20th season or your first.
As you said, he's put on the right face. he knows they're going to lose. Just you listen, take the lead on this possession. Let's see. Randall gets it to Kobe again. Bryant wants it.
He better.
Bryant over Dunleavy.
Counts.
Half the arena standing here in Chicago for Bryant after that one. Gasol up top. It's good on a
there, Dave, but nonetheless, a nice hot run here for Kobe in the third.
And those 8 points came in a span of 2 minutes and 10. Here's Kobe with 2, sees the timer, lets it fly for 3, won't go. Hibbert is there with the offensive. Bryant now 7 of 17, 1 of 6 from 3. And that dunk by Hibbert ends an 8-0 run by Chicago. Dunleavy knifing through the lane, flips it up, misses, but gets it back to Rose. Was wide open, didn't take the 3.
Out of bounds. Good look from Gasol.
And the lead, double figures, matching the largest of the night for Chicago.
Well, let's see if they can put together a 5-possession stretch of good D. Get some space.
Here's Kobe trying to get rid of Dunleavy. The timer's at 4. Bryant spinning, now fires, and gets the back.
You know your wine. Don't act like you don't. But yes, that's a fine bottle.
81 Chicago, 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's Moore again for 3. We'll hear from Fred Hoiberg in between quarters. The Bulls head coach, Portis, the ball fake, and the stop.
Happens when you make a couple perimeter shots, they have to respect it, right? They run out to him because he's made a few, and he gets all the way to the rim for the easy one. But you can't overreact when a guy makes a 3 when he's not really a 3-point shooter.
Russell loses it, and Moore on the other end.
I got to do Kansas in the crossover with the great Brent Musburger and Fran Fraschilla. And good team. I mean, but you can't say that they're better, clear-cut better than a lot of other teams.
Back-to-back good games for McDermott. He had 30 on Friday, 14 tonight. Mark.
And I don't know that the Bulls are a great offensive team. They play with great pace. But Clarkson knocks down another one.
He's got 17 points now. 9 here in the quarter. And the Lakers back within 11. In the fourth, they trail by 12. Kobe Bryant has 20 in 25 minutes. We'll see if he returns, if this game stays close. Williams down the lane, scoops it in.
Lead out again.
Clarkson finds Bass, who scores. And stayed in the game in the fourth quarter, even though the Bulls were heavily in front to play more against Bryant. What was that like, being on the floor with Kobe against Jordan?
Well, I mean, Kobe, it didn't matter what the score was. He went after it, and they had a couple of nice matchups. I can't put my finger on it. They have good talent, like you said, but I don't know what it is. It's just, Derrick Rose is beautiful. Just a very up and down season as they played this game. Great moments and then really, really poor moments.
Battered away by E'Twaun Moore, has had a heck of a second half.